Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're hearing multiple things about Jimmy Butler. And what are they? The Sixers are prepared to offer Jimmy Butler a max extension if they were to acquire him from the Heat. Keith Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer reports, while Anthony Chiang of the Miami Herald says the Sixers and two other teams are willing to trade for him this offseason. Anthony Chiang of the Miami Herald says. And it's crazy to hear this. We're going to be focusing on the 76ers as of right now. We don't know what the other two teams are. If we hear that, we'll talk about that in the future. But basically, the reports that we're hearing, Jimmy wants a max. Miami might not want to give it to him. So Butler having at least three teams willing to trade for him this offseason with the intent of signing him to a max level extension is worth talking about, because Keith Pompey at Philadelphia Inquirer reported that the Sixers have the interest in trading, have the assets to do it, and extending Butler, and they regret it. The two-year max extension that Butler and his camp will push for this offseason includes $54.3 million for the 25-26 season and $58.6 million for the 26-27 season. Butler would be eligible to sign a same two-year, $113 million extension that he can sign with the Heat with any team that trades him for him, because his bird rights carry over as a part of the deal, but that deal cannot be agreed upon for 6 months, so it would happen in the season. Butler would ideally like to finish his career with the Heat, but he also is seeking an extension that it's unknown if the Miami Heat are willing to give him. And the $48.8 million he has guaranteed for next season, with the player option of $52.2 million on the 25-26 season, is probably something he doesn't want to be basically going into the final year of his contract, because he then would test free agency. And if he were to be traded here, he would then play this season on $48 million, and he would then sign, let's say the deal happens in June, sometime in December, January, he would sign the deal. Now, Anthony Chiang of the Miami Herald followed up the initial report that we're talking about now by Pompey's reports, indicating that it's whether it's from the Heat or another team, Butler just wants a max contract for that $112 million, $113 million that we just aforementioned. While Butler says he wants to remain with the Heat, there's belief that there's some reluctance to extend him this offseason by Miami's part. Now, the Sixers could offer future draft capital and cap relief to the Heat, as they have enough cap space to absorb his contract without sending back anything in return. Philadelphia would prefer to sign Paul George, but they view bringing in a guy like Jimmy Butler as a solid secondary option, which, I mean, I would agree. It would be a very, very solid secondary option. And that's where it definitely gets interesting when you look at this situation, because I don't know what's the right way to go about it, because the way I see it is this is definitely a team that is trying to the Sixers that is trying to take that jump and be able to be in contention and not be in this perpetual loop of losing in the East semifinals, as my screen has froze. But you get the gist. I don't know how long ago this froze, but hey, you heard me. That's my thoughts. Let me know yours.